Hey, what's going on, beautiful people? Welcome back to another Rated TK podcast. I have an amazing host. You know him from all of his social media creations, all of the food that he's made, the cookbooks that he's done. He doesn't really need an introduction. I have none other than Darius Cooks himself joining me this afternoon. Darius, how you doing?
I am wonderful.
Good. I'm glad.
And good to be here.
Yes. No, seriously. So you made it back to St. Louis.
I made it. I got out the first time. And they let me out at the airport, and they let me back in this time.
Well, that's good. I'm so glad to have you back.
Good,
Listen, we were watching from the sidelines and seeing the things that were going on and things that turned into controversy that didn't even need to be turned into controversy.
Like what? What do you think?
I mean, it wasn't from anything that you did. It's just a perception that people had.
Sure, got it.
Yeah. Like we were just talking off camera about you posted a photo and people are like, "Why are you talking trash?"
Right.
Literally, all you did was posted a photo.
That's it. I posted a photo. That's it. I posted a picture. I'll ask people, what do you think? What should I rate it? What do you think I rated it? Mm-hmm. I never give my opinion until I'm on the plane, and they all say I'm tearing down their businesses.
Right. Yeah. I don't understand it.
I don't understand either. And then I'll say, I did a little social experiment. I said, I'll give you $10,000. Tell me what I said negatively.
Yeah.
I still have the $10,000 in my pocket.
No, seriously.
Right? So there you have it. Yeah. So I don't know about perception. I mean, I get it. People are very passionate about their city. Yeah. So it's not even just talking negatively. It is the illusion of negative comments that make people go, okay, I don't like what he had to say. Yeah. Even though it may be factual and I may be echoing the same sentiments as the people who are local, they still have their opinion. So I let them talk, you know, and then I showed the Emo's pizza, right? Very popular. You can't come here and not do Emo's. So I posted Emo's pizza. It was burnt, right? I posted it. And then you're talking about, whatever. So then I post the actual review. Yeah. Emo's, right? It's a 3.5 out of 5. The food was good. It wasn't that bad at all. I knew that. Yeah. But I let you talk because that it brings me ratings. So knock yourself out.
It drives engagement.
It does. It drives engagement. And not only that, with the Facebook bonus and stuff now, monetization. Hey.
So you're getting a check from that too.
Oh, I do okay.
He does okay.
As I sip water.
We'll jump into that a little bit later. So Darius, I started actually watching you a while ago. Okay. I learned through social media. I had no formal training in the kitchen, no culinary school, nothing. I learned through Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook videos. So I think I seen the first video you did. I don't remember what you were cooking, but you were in an apartment. You had a wire shelf on the side. You had on a blue polo shirt.
Oh my god!
This is old. Yeah.
Oh, you're talking about 2012.
Yeah.
2012, 2013. That's 10 years ago. Yeah, that was me. I've been at it for a long time. I've evolved. Because I even go back, I look at some of that old stuff and I look at, my diction, I look at my presentation. I'm like, who is that person talking? You know what I'm saying?
Isn't it wild looking back at your old content?
It is, and I hate looking at the old stuff because I was doing everything by myself and trying to find my way and figure it all out. And now it's a lot different. The presentation now is, a lot more professional and robust. So, we all have to go, but it's no different than any singer listening to something they recorded, 15 years ago, or any artist looking at their work from a while ago. You go, it's cringeworthy.
What made you jump in front of the camera?
I don't think I ever had a choice. Okay. If I could be honest with you. I think as I was growing up, you get to this age 15, 16, and you go, what do I want to do? Who do I want to become? Right? And you just, all these ideas start floating through your mind. And honestly, food was always so intriguing for me. And the only parallel I could draw was Food Network. Okay. Right? Even before there was a Food Network, because Food Network ain't out that long, there was PBS, right? Yeah. So we had people like Lydia Bastianich and, Yan Can Cook with, whatever his name is, somebody Yan. You would have Justin Wilson or Jeff Smith, right? These are all people from PBS. This predates Food Network. Right. And that was the only association I had with food. And I was like, well, I want to do that. That's who I want to become. Even subconsciously, I may not be able to articulate that's who I want to become, but in my mind.
You knew.
Yeah, I knew that was the direction I wanted to go in. And I just started working. So I remember, man, early on, I'd be in the house making, scrambled eggs. And it was a camera in front of me. First you take a pinch of salt. Ain't nobody in the house with me. Right. It's just me by myself. You take a pinch of salt, you do. So I've been doing it for such a long time, it comes easy, but I think I didn't really have a choice. And I didn't really know what was on the other side or what this would expose me to.
Yeah.
I just knew that this is kind of what I wanted to do. I mean, every kid that grows up that likes food, they look at Food Network and you go, that's what I want to do. Yeah. Let's do it.
So once you hit record, like making the recipes and everything just kind of felt natural? Or did it take some time?
You mean now or then?
Like then.
Hell
or did it take time to ease into it?
Can we cuss? Is it okay? Okay, all right. Hell no, it didn't feel. No, what are you talking about? No, I was a nervous wreck. I made so many mistakes. I remember we did a live stream. This is before live stream was even a thing, right? Now you can just go live everywhere. Back then you had to have boxes and black box this and black magic connection and you had to have a whole lot of stuff. And you could only go live on YouTube. That was it.
Yeah.
And it was one link. If you screwed up that one link, it was over. And that was around the time when Facebook had invites. You know, they were doing the invites at the time. Yeah. So you could invite people to, you know, the link or whatever. Man, I was making something. And there was a crack in a glass pitcher. And I knew it was eventually gonna break.
Yeah.
But I said, oh, you know, I got some time, you know, I can, you know, whatever. And it was my favorite glass pitcher I make sangria in. It had a crack in it. I poured something in, stirred it, that thing cracked into, you couldn't see it because it wasn't on camera, but you can hear it. And you see how you have cords going? I had extension, you know how it is behind the scenes. Jesus. Extension cord, you know where this is going. All kind of stuff. Next thing I hear, zzz, I said, please no. My God. Don't let things blow. But I was able to get through it. Yeah. And then it never happened again. So no, when I first started, I can tell you, I have tons of stories of errors and mistakes and whatnot. Does it come easier now? Sure. I've got 10 years, 15 years of practice. But back then, no, hell no.
Oh my gosh.
I'd be crying. If I heard buzzing behind the camera, I'd be crying.
Yeah, well, I mean, but I'm not live. I'm doing the presentation like we're doing like a class or something, and I'm live, and I can't stop. You know what I'm saying? Because you just got to go with the punches, child. So I you can't see it, but I put a little towel over here.
Yep, kept it moving.
Lord, you know my heart. Don't let nothing happen. And then luckily, I'm still here. So yeah, no, it was not easy at first.
Yeah. So I know for me, I have a lot of, I don't want to say horror stories, but stories where things didn't go right in the kitchen. And that's definitely one of yours. Have you ever did one where you were cooking for like, when you were on tour and you might have messed something up for dinner? What's one of those stories?
Yes, God, it was happened here in St. Louis.
Really?
Oh, Lord Jesus, yes. The year was 2016 or 17. I can't remember.
Oh, this is going to be good.
Airbnb was not a thing like it is today.
Gotcha.
So the homes that we could choose from for like a dining with Darius Cooks, far and few between. I was on the Illinois side.
Oh,
okay. I remember there's a river, there's a body of water. I'm assuming it's a river. There's a little street that goes by the river, and then you make a little right turn, go up a hill, and there's all these like homes and whatnot. This home looked like it was decorated in 1874 and has not been changed since then.
Oh, God.
The stove wasn't even induction, it was an electric stove. Okay. And so one of the dishes was a braised short rib. So, you know, you can braise that in the morning and whatever, keep it in sauce. So it's time to serve it pretty soon. So I said, I'm gonna put it on the stove in the aluminum pan. I'm gonna put it on, exactly. I'm gonna put it, know where this is going. Yeah, you know exactly where this is going. I'm gonna put it on low. Now I'm by myself, right? So I'm gonna go, this is like course 4. I'm on course 2. I'm gonna go serve course 2, come back to course 4.
Yeah.
So I go back in that kitchen. If that pan is not smoking.
Yep. I already knew it.
And you already know if your sauce is perfect and you reduce it even more than that, first of all, it's about to be salty. You got to reconstitute it. If you go any further than that, you're going to burn it. No coming back. And I was 2 seconds from calling it smoked short ribs. 2 seconds.
I've done that so many times.
2 seconds from calling, but it was too smoked. It was too burnt. I couldn't do it. So I had to refund people 1/7 of their ticket price.
Jesus.
Yeah. So that happened.
Oh my God.
Full of stories. You know, that happened one time in St. Louis. When I was in Savannah one time, I had somebody who was booking the houses for me. She was working for me, so she did all my travel. She booked a house that was only induction only stove.
Yep.
So none of my pots and pans were.
I was gonna say pots and pans.
No, they were. So I had to go. I was on the phone with my best friend. He's a doctor. He said, "What you gonna do is stop crying. You're gonna go to Walmart. Go get you some hot plates." I said, "You know what? Yeah. I am." I went and got the hot plates. Nobody knew anything. They were none the wiser. And I still have those hot plates to this day.
That is hilarious. Oh my God.
Like $19 hot plates to this day, years later, still work fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm full of stories, man.
Jeez. Okay, so we're going to jump into a segment where we love to a lot of people to tell their story through snacks.
Okay.
So I was a fat kid. I still am a fat kid.
Yeah, me too.
And we grew up eating sweets all the time.
Me too.
Right
so
there with you.
we had Darius supply. Well, tell us what one of his favorite childhood snacks was. So I'm guessing it's oatmeal cream pie.
Oatmeal cream pie, yeah.
So we're gonna jump into them. We're gonna break them open. We're gonna rate them on a scale of 1 to 10.
I haven't had an oatmeal cream pie in years.
I haven't either. It's been a while.
I haven't either. So
It's
this
been a while.
is an experience
and
for all
I
of us.
don't even know if it's going to even taste the same.
That's the joy of the podcast.
Smells the same. Definitely smells the same.
Yeah, it does smell the
That
same.
molassesy kind of.
Yeah, it smells the same. Yeah.
All right, I want to hear both of you rate it exactly in your rating style for food.
Okay, so where do you start? Whenever you rate food, where do you start?
Whatever comes to mind first.
Okay.
There's no template.
Okay.
Right? So if a story comes to mind, I'll tell a story. So like I would, it depends on what I'm doing, right? So if I'm just me and the camera,
Yeah.
I would probably tell the story of how I stole $20 from a teacher in like, I don't know, I was in like, it couldn't have been 6th, so maybe 4th or 5th grade. And I took the $20. I eventually got caught and had my behind whooped. But I took the money, and the first place I went was to the corner store to buy oatmeal cream pie and vanilla ice cream.
Really?
Yeah, that's a very true story. I'm not lying to you. I was at Douglas Middle School, 543 North Waller, Chicago, Illinois, 60644. I was in house B. I want to say I was in house B, and there was a teacher, and she had left her purse, and I was a mischievous kid, and I stole $20 and ended up going. I did. I said if she was alive today and I knew who she was, I would pay her back with interest because I really got my behind top over that $20.
My God.
Yeah.
That is hilarious.
So I would probably start with like that story if I had time, but I just go in and just like, go what I take, whatever comes to mind, what I'm tasting, what it feels like, textures, because you have to be able to describe all of this to an audience.
Right.
You
That may not even understand technical or terms.
Yeah. So I try to be as descriptive as possible, but relatable. Like I'm just having a conversation. I'm not going to be, first do you want to do that? No, none of that. Just talk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I think this is great. It's very nostalgic. I grew up eating Little Debbie products. So I'm used to the processed vanilla flavor and artificial flavorings and all of that type of stuff.
Definitely artificial.
Yeah, we can't expect gourmet from Little Debbie. She only doing so much with her red hair. So that's why she Little Debbie, not big one. She's not the big one. But for me, like technical things, like you missing the oats. You don't taste the oats very much as an oatmeal cream pie. Other than that, it's very sweet. I could probably not eat a whole one of these, but it's cool.
Yeah, if I were to rate it as an adult, now, very 3 out of 5. If I was a kid, very much 5 out of 5.
Yeah, definitely.
But I would say, to explain to the camera, I would say things like, imagine those archway cookies. This doesn't taste like an archway cookie, but everybody knows that, and it's not ice. But remember how pliable and soft it was, right?
Yeah.
So that's the same texture you have right here. The inside reminds me of a grocery store buttercream cake. That's exactly what the inside. Super sweet,
spot
very
on.
artificial. Doesn't really go together. Now, if you wanted to beef this up a little bit, you can make a lovely molasses oatmeal cookie. Definitely add raisins, golden if you can, or some currants or something. Give it a little pizzazz. And then we just have to change up this to like some sort of cream cheese frosting with some sort of essence going on the inside to really bring us back to where we once were before. That's what I would say.
Yeah, I love it.
I think it tastes like nostalgia. It made me think of like waking up on Saturday morning watching Pokemon. Like that's what it brought me to.
I didn't wake up watching Pokemon.
What did you watch? What was your Saturday morning cartoon?
It wasn't that. I'm old, man. I'm 42.
Well, what was it?
It was Looney Tunes. It was Tom and Jerry. It was, at one point, it was on the weekdays, it would be Thundercats. Right?
Oh.
I never watched Thundercats.
Yeah, I was born in 81.
You're missing out.
81? Yeah, so I was born in 1981. Yeah, so all of my stuff was that, but I was also like, I wasn't like all cartoons. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, I could do an hour of cartoons.
Yeah.
After that, put me over to, channel 20, PBS, where they cooking food on Saturday mornings.
Yeah.
Let me get into that. So that's kind of what I was. So I'm kind of a teetering back and forth a little bit.
Definitely. Who got you into cooking?
My fat ass got myself into cooking. The issue is I would look and see what food would do to other people. So anytime somebody, and I just figured this out as I was growing up, it just was sort of subconsciously in my mind. Anytime somebody dies, there's food.
Yes.
Anytime somebody is born, there's food. Anytime there is a wedding, there's food. typically in a divorce,
there's food.
There's food, right? So I saw what food was doing to other people, and I said, I want to be the catalyst for that.
Yeah.
So I needed to learn how to make good food so I could affect people's lives and change the way food was doing it for me.
Yeah.
And I just started, and I would watch, like, you know, my grandmother in the kitchen with the slip on, you know, and the moo-moo frying fish.
Listen, I was just going to say the moo-moo.
The moo-moo.
The moo-moo.
The moo-moo.
If your grandma not wearing a moo-moo.
Yeah, I don't know.
The food ain't nowhere near good.
That's what I'm saying. Moo-moo. My grandma used to have her hair tied up with the Lottie Body setting lotion and the curlers. You see what I'm saying? And the curlers in her hair.
Yep.
Peeling potatoes.
That is
and it
too
seemed
funny.
like we had an abundance of time because nothing was ever rushed.
Yes.
Everything was done from, I don't know what an instant potato is.
Never.
I don't
Never had
know
it.
what a canned green bean is. I felt like my grandmother had basic principles, and it just was just the way of life. It wasn't trying to be different than anybody else. It wasn't trying to be, you know, she would probably use the word sedity. You know, it wasn't that. It just was, it became the fabric of who we were. So I just, you know, that's what I knew.
Yeah, no, my story is very similar.
Yeah.
So growing up, I lived with my mom and my grandma in the same house. But my grandma would cook every day. She would work from dusk to dawn and then come home and cook a meal. And so, like, whenever family would come over, we would come home, it's like everyone forgot what they were going through. And they got the essence of, as soon as she walked in, we're going to dig into the ice cream too, the vanilla ice cream.
That's good. What was it? What brand is it? Sounds like Turkey Hill or something. Prairie
Farms? Okay.
Shout out to local.
I listened. A hill, a farm, a piece of land. I knew it was something. I knew it was something.
Peninsula, something. Yeah.
That is too funny. But yeah, I had the same story. Like, literally, as the food was being prepared, we would get the smell as soon as we walked in the door. And it's like we forgot everything we were going through. We could have been going through hell that day.
Yeah.
But when grandma was cooking, all of that was left at the door.
Yeah, it's like smells do that.
Yes.
You know, certain scents. Like, I remember it could be like a Tuesday, my grandmother would fry chicken or pork chops. And when you walk, we had lived in an apartment. When you walk through, even when you walk in the door downstairs, or sometimes you walk past the house, you could literally smell the spices.
Yes.
The moment, and it wasn't nothing but Laurie's, black pepper, maybe some garlic powder. That was it.
Yep,
you know what I'm saying?
it.
But it was the way it was expertly done. It's just you have to bow in reverence to things like that.
Yes.
So,
definitely.
So let's talk about the vanilla ice cream real quick. So this was your other choice as your childhood snack.
Yes.
As an adult, what is it like experiencing this?
Oh, I eat ice cream like 3 times a week.
Do you really?
Oh my God. What are you talking about? First of all, I do edibles every night to go to sleep.
Jesus.
And once the edibles, we're in Missouri, excuse me.
Where did you go? I saw you posted on your story. Where did you go?
I went to, I don't know where I went, but I'm going back when I leave here because they have a sale. Buy one, get one for a penny. Green Light.
Oh, Green Light?
Oh, wow.
Green Light got a sale.
Okay.
So Green Light, I'm on the way. Hold me a few. See you in a minute, all right? But yeah, I do edibles every night. And then, you know, it depends on what I've eaten throughout the day. If I've eaten too much, then, you know, a piece of fruit when the edibles kick in. But honey, if I can, when the edibles kick in good, it's this brand of ice cream called Teo, T-E-O. Teo ice cream. It's in H-E-B in Houston. They have a caramel cookies and cream ice cream.
Really?
My fat end sits on the bed. I cross these legs, Indian style.
That is too funny.
And will dig in until my heart is content. So to this day, I still love ice. I can't eat it a whole lot, but I still love ice cream.
Yeah.
And I still will, a couple of spoonfuls, a couple times a week make me happy.
Yeah. No, I love it. I love ice cream.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, I love it.
I don't think there's a bad one.
No, there's a bad one.
Except mint. Mint,
vanilla
I can't.
ice cream, you can't mess up.
No, but there's bad ice cream. I'm an ice cream purist. But if
we're gonna bleep out their name then. We're not giving them no promotion.
Yeah, well, okay, all right.
No free promo.
So we won't tell you the name of the place, but they're pro MAGA, and I think they even like contribute to the campaign or something like that.
Oh, that's
but
crazy.
It is crazy.
Oh, wow.
But I'm willing to forego, because I don't think that all, you know, just because you believe one thing in a political sense that I make different from mine, I don't think you're a bad person.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Muslims I love. I'm not a Muslim. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
White people I love. I'm not a white person. You know what I'm saying? So we could coexist. But the ice cream, honey, is amazing. Baby, it's the best. Them cows, they lined them up 2 by 2. Them were the same cows from Noah's Ark. I'm trying to tell you. Okay, and the vanilla beans. No, I'm telling you, they're the same. They're the same cows.
the same
They're
ones.
alive.
Oh, wow.
And the vanilla beans that they use for the the Garden of Gethsemane, where they come from. I'm trying to tell you. Yes.
Look.
There's and the cookie dough, the flour they use that they got from the wheat to make the flour, the Garden of Gethsemane, that's where it came from. That's why it tastes so good. I'm not lying to you. I just came from Kirkwood.
Did you?
Twisted Tree. That's where I texted you from when I was out there.
Gotcha. Yeah. Okay. So let's jump into a little bit about. We talked about the visit you had last time to St. Louis.
Yes. Oh boy.
Let's talk about the visit this time. What has changed?
Everything.
Okay. Where do we start? Where do we start?
Everything has changed.
Oh wow.
Excuse me.
I'm sorry.
What are you doing?
Nigga, he was finna slap your hand.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
Jump out the frame.
Hey, Darius,
my dear.
It's a whole other beach. You don't want to stop me.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
Listen, Jazz and try to take the man ice cream. She done put you on a diet, didn't she?
I can't so.
Oh my God.
And I lost weight since the last time you seen me, okay? So an extra calorie or two.
Oh man.
Yeah, well, you put it in front. I'm fat. I told you that. Even if I can't eat it all, because the gastric sleeve and stuff, the bypass, I'ma still play with it. I'm ready.
Ooh, what do you have there?
I don't know. What is it?
So this is a strawberry mint limeade.
You gonna slap your hand? You better don't touch that
It's
damn
beautiful.
ice cream.
It looks gorgeous.
And you know what's crazy? Jazz is not a bartender, but she just be throwing stuff together. We be together all the time. She just be throwing stuff together.
Here? So what's changed here? You said what's different?
Yeah.
I'm not doing black-owned restaurants.
Okay.
I'm doing everybody.
Gotcha.
And it seems like the black people who are not progressive thinkers can't separate that I'm not doing black-owned restaurants.
Yeah.
And they also can't separate the social media posts that I've posted. They can't separate that from maybe they feel like I'm degrading their city, right? I've not said one thing about the city. I've not said one negative thing. In fact, I've been to several restaurants and I only posted one actual review that was a really good review.
Right.
But they can't seem to separate. So I'm seeing a lot of energy, a lot of anger, a lot of very passionate people, rightfully so, but it seems very misguided.
Yeah.
So that makes me wonder, where is it really coming from, right? Because it's not coming from me. I didn't initiate it, right? I just landed. That was it. Where is this extra energy coming from, and why do you have it?
Right.
I feel like the black community that are non-progressive thinkers need a therapy session.
Yes.
To really understand, why are you upset?
Yes.
First of all, about somebody's opinion. Secondly, why you upset and you not even heard what his opinion is.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I think that's what's different. I'm noticing that. So you go, do you just don't like, is it just you just don't like me? Or are you just upset about something else? Right? And I don't know what it is. I said a couple of things that I know hit some nerves. Being from St. Louis, you'll understand. I said things like, where are the vegetables?
Yeah.
Okay? I cannot eat a plate of brown food every single day of my life.
That's just mushy. And
No, I'm okay, with the fried rice here and there. We got the little party, somebody done build a little, for an impossible or something like that.
Yeah.
Okay. You know what I'm saying? We playing Jenga down to the house, trying to pull the blocks out. A little emos is good. But I can't have that as my diet.
every day.
Every single day.
Right.
There's no nutrients whatsoever. And that affects the way you feel, the way you think, the way you thrive, and your success.
All of that.
It affects everything. And the fact that people are telling me that they will sit down and eat fried catfish, egg roll, and pasta Alfredo with half seasoned protein on top every single day makes me go, what are we doing?
What are we doing?
What are we doing? What are we doing, right? Where has this gone? So we've now moved from canned green beans, right, which was the issue we had last time. Everything's canned, to now we're having nothing but brown food. New restaurant open called Tasty Eats next to Kathy's Kitchen by Red's.
Okay.
Right? In Ferguson, right?
Who Red's barbecue? Jesus.
I'm talking like I live here. You hear me talking? You don't like Red's?
Jesus.
It's tough.
You're not going to get me on video saying that, but...
Well, I can tell you I ain't like it. I don't mind telling you. I went.
Well, we just had a friend that went, his video went viral from his experience at Red's. And I'm like, what are we doing? Like, is St. Louis to be known as a barbecue city? Where's the barbecue?
Yeah, Red's is not it. And what really made me upset is you go to Red's, you go, okay, I'm going to enjoy a St. Louis treat. with my food, let me get a lemonade or a sweet tea. He says, all we have are these bottled drinks and the thing. Sir.
They don't even
talked
understand.
about this last time.
They don't
There's
even
no
understand.
sweet tea.
Last time? Yeah.
There's no sweet tea.
But as a restaurant owner, I'm sure that you know that it's cheaper to make sweet tea than it is to buy it.
And they won't do it. And not only that, it cheapens the experience.
Right.
What are we doing?
It cheapens the experience. This is St. Louis, Missouri, and I can't get proper sweet tea at a barbecue restaurant in St. Louis. I have to drink a brisk.
That's crazy.
Not brisk.
That is crazy.
Yeah, so it makes me just go back and just, I want to have the conversation about, why people are angry. This restaurant, Tasty Eats, is a new restaurant. Apparently they just opened recently. So I go in and I try to avoid soul food spots. So I go in and I go, hey, what's good? And there's the girl ordering. She's like, oh, everything's good. I've been here every day since they opened. Everything. I'm like, okay, let's go. Food's going to be amazing.
Yeah.
Child, I sit down with this food. It's fried catfish, 4 little pieces of fried catfish fingers with fries. I ordered the Alfredo. The fish on top was barely, you don't even know if it's fish or a chicken thigh. Mm-hmm, you saw it, yeah.
We saw it. We didn't know if it was fish or chicken.
It was
fish.
It's like a chicken thigh, don't it?
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
Not a chicken breast, chicken thigh.
Yeah.
Like the fatty piece of the thigh, right?
Yep. Yeah.
It was that, and then I ordered something else. I even wanted green beans. They didn't have those. Oh, the egg rolls. Green beans, they didn't have those. Spaghetti, they didn't have that. And I'm like, this is all you serve, really, are 4 things as a restaurant. Okay, here we go. So that's different. That's hard. It's not only is it hard, it's disappointing.
Yeah.
Because an average grocery store has 35,000 items, and you choose these 4.
These 4.
Of 34, and how many other restaurants in St. Louis sell Alfredo?
A lot.
Every corner, right?
So here's my thing. What's so different about your Alfredo? Please don't go to Milwaukee, Wisconsin. That is the Alfredo capital of the world. Every Black-owned restaurant. There was a restaurant I went into, I kid you not, I walked to the restaurant, all she served was Alfredo.
Are you serious?
I am not lying to you. She said, we switch it up, but today we got all nothing but Alfredo. Ma'am, I'm 42 years old. I'm a Black man. I can't eat that. I cannot sit up and eat a bowl of carbohydrates and dairy.
Yeah, no.
And still go about my daily business.
Well, yeah, no.
I need some B12, some riboflavin, some vitamin C, something.
Yeah.
I'm going around to Black-owned restaurants. Or not just Black-owned restaurants, but I'm looking for where all the really good food is. And believe it or not, I found it.
Yeah.
I've been finding it.
It's here.
It is here.
It's definitely
here. It is definitely here. But, the Black people don't know about it.
And it's so interesting because the places that do have that good food, the line is not out of the door.
Not at all.
The line is out of the door when you go get wings and fries.
No.
Why is that line out of the door? It just doesn't make sense.
Well, maybe what people value.
Yeah.
Where their value systems lie could be a part of it. I went to Blood and Sand. I posted the pictures from Blood and Sand. Mm-hmm. I think I got 106 comments last I checked on Blood and Sand. I posted a Chinese food from Ferguson Shop Suey, 1,000 comments.
That's crazy.
1,000 comments from Ferguson Shop Suey, which got maybe a 3.5 or 4 out of 5, and it wasn't all good. Mm-hmm. And I go to Blood and Sand where everything
was amazing.
5
out
of 5. Everything. There was not one misstep.
Yep.
Not one. They have this cocktail. The ice cube has the logo.
I saw that.
Inside the thing.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? And it was cold brew nitro coffee mixed with tequila reposado, mixed with some kind of lime syrup situation. You go, who the hell mixes citrus and coffee together?
Yeah.
They just not go together.
But it worked.
It's beautiful.
Wow.
Beautiful. Wow. And the coffee hits you on the end after you swallow. It's like an aftertaste.
Yeah, I was gonna say they use it almost as like an aromatic.
What is that? Coffee. And I hate coffee.
Wow.
Love the drink. Love the drink.
That is so interesting.
So I don't know, man. It's tough here because you want people to love the food and you want our community to be exposed, but we're not.
No.
And I don't know how we shift that at all.
I don't know either. I tried.
That's part of the conversation. I don't know how we shift it. I honestly do not know. I don't even know if people want to shift.
That's the problem.
I don't think they want to shift.
Yeah,
That's
the problem.
That is a huge part of it.
I don't know if they want to shift, right? I look at people I look at what you're doing. There's another guy, Kwame Kwame Onwuachi from he was on top. No, he wasn't on Top Chef. He was what is Kwame known for? I don't know. He did something. But anyway, he has in New York last year. He was rated. He just opened up a restaurant, right? And it's like this. It's real cute. It's called Tatiana. I've never been, but I want to go. I'm coming, Kwame. And his restaurant, he did something with. What is a popular, whatever is a popular New York snack, like a Swiss roll or something. Well, no, I'm talking about the dessert.
Oh,
it was like it was whatever it was, because I was gonna do it with oatmeal cream pie because that was my dessert. But it's like whatever you grew up. It was like whatever he grew up, like a Swiss roll or something. Whatever. He turned it into like a brownie and an ice cream situation, and I'm like, that is so smart.
Yeah.
Then he took Jamaican beef patties and put the oxtail inside the beef patty, and he's making the stuff from. It's like he goes above and beyond. Yeah. But it's flavors that you are familiar with. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I look at what he's doing, but that couldn't work in the hood.
No.
You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
That can't work. And so you have people like you, like Kwame, who are leaps and bounds ahead of where the pendulum is swinging.
Yeah.
And it's like, y'all so far ahead, the people can't even catch up.
They can't catch up, yeah.
They can't catch up. What the hell is clear bread?
Right.
You see what I'm saying? They can't catch up to any of that. So you go, what am I supposed to do? So you're in a conundrum, because I don't know.
It's almost discouraging for us.
It is, and you want to do it for your people. But here's the reality. When you stop trying to do it for your people and you go to a place where there is provision, they'll eventually come.
Yeah.
They call you crazy at first. They call you crazy. I can't believe you're doing this. You're quitting your job, your 6-figure job, to go rent Airbnbs and cook for people. That's stupid. You're going to miss out on this. 8 years later, he's a genius. 8 years ago,
that's crazy.
I wasn't a genius.
Right.
I can talk about this all day. It's my life.
Yeah.
This is what I endure. You know what I'm saying? Like, I endure this. I look at what people are doing in food and how they want to push the boundaries of creativity and just push past the collard greens and the macaroni and cheese. And, while that stuff is great, some people don't want to go that far.
No.
They don't. They want to stay back. And, I don't know how we have this greater conversation. But you know what? You have a conversation about food in this way, you gotta have a conversation about everything else, right? About fiduciary responsibility, about financial responsibility, about friendships, about relationships, about education, about politics. The list just goes on and on. So because I could imagine people in other industries having the same conversation about fashion.
Yeah.
Teachers and educators and administrators are having the same conversation about education.
Yes.
So I can't imagine that, things are going great in all those areas. But again, I don't know what we do. Right. And I think in order to stay true to your gift and true to your calling, you've got to work it out. You got to do it. Maybe you just don't do it for the audience that you originally intended it for it to be. Yeah. I mean, that's the only thing I can think about in terms of like how to push past what the hell we are. Tough, man. I know. I'm in the same boat.
Yeah. So what are you working on now?
Nothing.
Just taking some time to chill.
Nothing. Yeah, well, 8 years of dinner parties. Last year I did 334 dinner parties.
Oh, wow.
Yes. I'm still tired from that.
I bet. Oh my gosh. So I couldn't even imagine.
Yeah, 8 years of this. So in December, it was my last one. We were in Austin, Texas. And I've just been chilling. I visited, where did I go? I went to Puerto Rico and ate all through Puerto Rico. Yeah. I found so much amazing food. There's a place called Piñones, which is like on Sundays and Saturdays by the beach. And it's probably 70 different food stalls.
Really?
Oh, wow. Lord Jesus.
Oh, I bet that's incredible.
Oh, it's, you name it, they've got it, right? So that I had the best arroz con pollo I've ever had in my life. And it looked so plain and simple, but it was so flavorful. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I ate up and down. So I went to Puerto Rico, went to San Juan, went to Mexico, Playa del Carmen, one of my favorite destinations, did a taco tour. Oh, wow. Did my own little taco tour. I ate tacos with the locals for like $1.20 or something like that, you know? And so you go to this one place, it's in the street, and there's no sanitation, nobody washing hands on it. And they got, food stalls lined up and nothing but tacos. Oh, wow. Nothing but tacos. And you bring $20, you eat like a king. Yeah. So did that, went to Punta Cana for a little bit, and then Bali, Indonesia was the big one. Really? Yeah, man, I went over there and I was only going for vacation. That was it, to hang out. I fell in love with Bali to the point where I was like, oh my God. So I was doing a cooking class with this guy, Tommy. Wasn't even supposed to be in his class. I was supposed to be in somebody else's class. But we were the last three, me, Corey, my videographer, and my friend Valencia. We were the last three to leave the introduction area. So there was no more room for us in the van. So this guy was like, oh, come on, you can just ride with me.
Yeah.
And we weren't supposed to be in his class, somebody else's class. Well, you know, God works in mysterious ways. I had no idea that Tommy was a chef consultant for the last 15 years.
Really?
He speaks English with an Alabama accent because he was trained in Jakarta by a chef, a black chef at the JW Marriott from Alabama.
Oh, wow.
So he has this huge affinity for everything Black American culture.
Yeah.
Huge affinity. He's into music, so he knows all the music. So we were having conversation. I'm talking to him, and I was like, so what's your name? He says, my name is Tommy Ford. I said, sir, there are no Indonesians with the name Tommy Ford.
No.
He said, I said, do you know who Tommy Ford is? He said, not the perfume. I said, no, not Tom Ford, Tommy Ford from Martin. He didn't know Martin. He didn't know. So in the conversation with him, he would teeter off, and I'm listening to him, and I'm like, you gotta be from, you ain't never been to America?
Right.
He's never been. Anyway, so we started talking, and we're in the car, and I got this all on tape. We're in the car, and I go, what the soul food stuff out here? The fried chicken, macaroni and cheese? He said, man, we don't have that. He said, but I know about cornbread and honey and black eyed peas. I said, what do you know about this stuff? He said, I know, I'm down, man. Yes, sir. I'm down. So I said, well, I bet you if somebody come down here and open up a little soul food spot, it'd do real good. He said, man, it'll be amazing. It's got to be 24 hours. He started like going off. I was like, okay.
He gave you the business plan.
He did, right? So I said, well, give me your number. We should probably talk a little bit. How much would it cost? Give me like a number, you know? So he gave me the, he pulled out his Android phone and he had the Google numbers. You know how we do.
Yeah.
I saw your story, right? Where you're like, this is the real work behind. So all of us have a Google sheet somewhere with numbers and figures and the whole bit. You know, we're doing our work. He already had it done. So he pulls out, he's like, yeah, if you do this, add this, add this, add this. And then because he helps other restaurants
do that, yeah.
Right, and he's doing this cooking class. So I said, well, how much would it cost? He said, between $300,000 and $500,000. I said, that's a lot of money. I'm thinking that's a lot of money to open up a restaurant, $300,000 to $500,000. Didn't know he was talking rupiahs, not dollars.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh.
All right.
So what does that convert to USD?
32 to 50,000 US dollars.
Oh, wow.
I'll take three of them.
Okay.
I'll take three. So
a bundle.
I said to him, I said, we got to talk. So after the class, it's just I, my camera guy, and Valencia, my best friend.
Yeah.
We started going around. He's like, yeah, I helped them open. So I went to this one place. I said, let me talk to the owner. Talk to the owner, showed me the balance sheet, $12 million a year in US dollars in burgers. American burger joint owned by a Mexican.
What?
Okay, this is the culture there. I said, Tommy, we got to talk.
Yeah.
Honey, me and Tommy done came up with we done got a partnership agreement. I got 90% of the company. He got 10%. We negotiated the price on the land.
Yeah.
I bought the land, wired the money to the landowner. The landowner happens to be the police chief of Bali because I was nervous. I never done any of this before. It's all different.
Wow.
So you can't rent. You know how here the land that the building is on comes with everything.
Right.
And so you just pay, rent or whatever the case may be. Well, over there it's different. The land is owned by local landowners that's been in their family for ages.
Gotcha.
Right? And
Okay.
even you can't buy land in Bali if you're not 100% Balinesian.
Right.
And Tommy's not 100%, but he's 100% Indonesian, but not Balinesian.
Gotcha.
So we have to rent the land. And you rent it in 25-year increments. So I'm renting it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So I'm renting the land for like $400 a month.
Really?
Oh, wow.
Wired the money. I got the land. Land is done. All right. Now we got the architect. They drew up our 2D plans. I'm waiting on the 3D plans right now for my house and restaurant. Hip Hop Soul is opening 24 hours in Bali. That's what I'm working on.
So this is what happens when I asked him what he's doing. He said nothing.
Nothing.
What?
We're opening
Nothing's
restaurants.
small. Like that's huge.
Yeah, it is huge. Yeah,
Wow.
you're opening restaurants in Bali, and he has this cooking school, this Balinesian cooking school.
Yeah.
Shit's outstanding. They have these dishes, nasi goreng, mie goreng, stuff I never even heard of.
Oh, wow.
this one green papaya salad with this chicken with the fish sauce and the brown sugar, the palm sugar, and the whole thing. It's out of with the little shrimp chips, out of this world.
Oh wow!
So so he does the cooking class, but he like the restaurant he does it at is not his own thing. He gets a small cut, but it's not a whole big thing. I said, I'll tell you what we'll do. We go to 3 of these restaurants. And we open up 3 Bali cooking schools. Your school, just give me 40%.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? I'll fund it. So we get 3, one in Chengdu, one in Seminyak, and one in Ubud. Those are like areas in Bali.
Yeah.
So that's what we're working on. We're gonna see what it's gonna do.
Wow.
You go to the market.
Yeah.
Right? I don't know if you saw my post, but they have like these outdoor markets. Southeast Asia is a trip. There's chicken sitting out. And I'm talking about not one chicken, mounds. And when I say mounds, I mean probably 55, 60 raw chickens sitting out under the Balinesian 85-degree sun.
Like plural.
Yeah, oh yes. And and it's more than one. It's like, it's a market, right? And it's not just the chicken, it's the gizzards, the liver, the chicken feet, the this, right? On one of them, if I show you the video, you would gross out. On one of them, there are probably 60 flies.
Oh.
Buzzing, flying around. They just swat them off, put them in a bag, give it to you.
It's giving salmonella and Ebola.
It's and COVID all over again. Okay?
All of it.
Yeah, that's COVID-20.
It's so different.
Wow.
Than what we're used to. So people are like, is that the chicken you're gonna be serving? No, they have, proper, stuff, Western stuff. But this is what they do in Southeast Asia.
Oh, that's huge.
Yeah, and I'm leaving next weekend. I'm going to Tokyo for a week, and then I'm going to Bali for a month.
Wow. Mm-hmm. Okay, so we'll make a trip down there once you get it open.
Come on.
Yeah.
I would love to have you.
That sounds like a fun vacation.
I would love to have you. Yeah. Hip Hop Soul. It's 2-floor restaurant. Speak easy. The DJ comes out every night at midnight. Excuse me. It'll be open 24 hours.
Yeah.
All your soul food classics. They have no soul food. Oh, and I'll be the first restaurant in Bali to have Kool-Aid.
Kool-Aid. Oh, that's going
doesn't exist in Bali.
Wow.
Kool-Aid does not exist. So he was like, when you come back in April, can you please bring Kool-Aid? Absolutely. Yeah, of course I can. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Oh yeah. Yeah, just say when and we'll be there.
That is so dope. Oh my gosh.
Yep, so that's what I got going on.
I want to talk about your entrepreneur journey.
Yes.
Where did you start? Where are you now? What did that look like? What was that process? Did you have investors? All of that type of stuff.
Jesus, no.
Trust me, I know. Listen.
No. It was rough, man. Even in the beginning, it was very, very rough because nobody believes in you. Mm-hmm. Nobody. Everybody says, oh, you got great talent. You've got this. Nobody gives you any money to do anything with.
That part.
So what I had to do was figure out, how do I get capital? Mm-hmm. How do I make some money to fund my dreams?
Yeah.
And it was the quest to want to make money that pushed me down this sort of unique path where I was able to use the internet to be able to generate a level of income in my business. Mm. I started with just the food blogging. I dug my heels. 2012, I'll never forget it. My email address is Darius Williams 2012 at yahoo.com, because that was the year, 11 years ago, I said, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna do poetry, I'm not gonna do spoken word, I'm gonna just dig into food. And I did that in 2012 for 3 strong years. In 2015, I was able to quit my job.
Wow.
I had this idea for a dinner party, right? And I just said, hey, if I do a dinner party, would you come? That was it.
Yeah.
And they said yes. I said, you would? They was like, yeah, we'll come. So I put tickets on sale. It was in my apartment in New York City, or in Jersey City. Mm-hmm. Tickets go on sale, $125, 5 minutes, sold out.
Wow.
I said, hold on one second. What the hell just happened?
Yeah.
Right? I made $2,500 in like 5 minutes. I said, wow. So then people were like, this was when the algorithms were favorable. It was like,
they're terrible.
I know. So they go, Darius, you got to do it again. I was in the meeting. I was at work or whatever.
Yeah.
So I did it again, and the second one sold out 2 minutes. I said, okay, it's happening here, right? So then they go, excuse me, I didn't get a ticket, and I want to come.
Yeah.
So I did a third date. It took about 2 hours. So in 2 hours and 7 minutes, I had made $7,500, right?
Wow.
And I said, wait a minute now. Then they were like, well, you got to come to Chicago. Here, you're going to leave your hometown out.
Yeah,
I'm like, how do you take a kitchen on the road? Who does that? I don't know how to do any of that. So I said, I'll do Orlando first. I put tickets on sale. If they sell out, I'll figure it out.
Yeah.
I still had a full-time job, and them things sold completely out. I supposed to be in
That
Orlando
is
in 3
crazy.
weeks, and I still had a full-time job. I said, what am I going to do about this? Jesus Christ. Do I call off work? What do I do? So I talked to my friend, Pastor Vicky Webb, and she said, well, how much are you making now, Darius? I said, I make $150,000 with, bonus could be, $20,000, $30,000. So that's a really nice salary. I got the health insurance and the whole bit. She said, well, doing this other thing, how much would you make for that? Well, I said, if I do it, this many times a year, this many times, I probably make $300,000, $400,000. She said, Darius, sounds like you got your answer.
Yeah, there you go.
And I said, I guess I do have my answer, So then I quit my job. I go on the road. I started doing this. Things just started blowing up. Like I couldn't even keep up. And so I said, well, I had already been working on a cookbook, my first one.
Yeah.
I said, I'm gonna release the cookbook. I'm in the airport in Virginia Beach, in Norfolk Airport. And I had got the news that the book had been delivered. So I was able to put it on sale. I sent an email from my cell phone to my email list in that airport. And the cookbook sales just started rolling in.
Oh my God.
They just started rolling in. So before I knew it, I was mastering the idea of manifestation.
Yeah.
I had also been mastering listening to my audience. And I had also been mastering delivering the product that it sort of runs parallel with the brand that I've also built, right? Because sometimes we introduce products, don't have nothing to do with what we got going on, so it don't really work. But I had mastered that unknowingly, not even knowing those are key skills that you need in order to be able to, to survive as an entrepreneur. And it just started looking up from that. And luckily, I've been living in overflow and just abundance ever since then.
Yeah.
Even when the whole scammer thing happened, and I was labeled a scammer and a doxer, and I don't pay employees and all that. Never missed a beat. That's why I can't sue for defamation. I never missed one beat. By the time all that happened, I was 75,000 orders in, right? So how can you, what you gonna say? I'm a scammer and I'm 175. Okay, cool.
Right.
But it's been an amazing. I wouldn't trade it for the world. Yeah. The journey has been absolutely outstanding. I wouldn't trade this for the world. I know it's tough for a lot of people who look at what I'm doing and they're like, oh, you got it so easy. But I just shut out the noise, man. Yeah. I shut out the noise. I put my head down and I go where there's provision. I think that's the big thing. We like to stay in places where there's no water flowing. There's no provision. It's a little dry over here. Yeah. Even though that's comfortable, it might be pushing us. Even though it's comfortable for me to have a videographer recording me, there's a connection happening between the audience with the camera that is necessary that I wouldn't get otherwise. And if I don't explore that and lay into that, where am I going to end up at?
Yeah, no, that's
when
true.
It's all said and done, So yeah, to answer your question, yeah, it's definitely tough in the beginning. But with anything, the more you do it, the easier it goes.
Yeah. Yeah. No, definitely. Man. I think this was a great episode.
Good.
I learned a lot. Hopefully you guys have learned a lot.
Good. I do the best I can.
Sometimes you just got to sit back and listen because, man, you are so full of knowledge, and it's just I'm grateful to be in a position where I can learn from what you did.
Oh, absolutely. I appreciate it. I just feel like I don't want to hold it in. You know what I'm saying? People look at me like I'm some unicorn. I'm not. Yeah. I'm a regular person with regular feelings. I go through the regular emotions like everybody else. I just got a lot of people that follow me, that love me, and I just don't give up. Yeah. And I couple that with a real life experience. This is why it's no in between. Either you love me or you hate me. Yeah, yeah. There's no in between, right? And I don't want it to be any in between, right? No ambiguity. I want you to really hone in and be like, yep, I S with him. Nope, I can't stand him, and that's cool. But I'm just this regular guy, man, and I'm just determined not to give up, ever. I don't care how hard it gets. I don't care how tough it gets. I don't care what answers I don't have. I'll figure it out. And if it's not right, I'll shift. Yeah. I was going to do a tour, 3 Kings. It wasn't supposed to be. Shift. Pivot. Yeah. Go to where the water is flowing.
No, seriously. Seriously. Yeah. Man. Well, this has been another incredible episode. Before we tap off, what is a one-liner that you would give somebody that was in your position 20 years ago?
Chew off the meat and spit out the bones.
Break that one down for the people that don't understand.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of noise. And everybody wants to tell you what you should be doing. Yes. Yep. Or what you can be doing. Or what you need to do. And until you've walked a few miles in my shoes, unfortunately, I don't have anything to glean from your experiences. This is no disrespect. But the way me and God been rocking, it's been abnormal from the beginning for the external eye. Yeah. So because I know that I'm called to be a little bit different and what it is I do is a little different, I can't be tuned in to what all the common noise is because it's gonna get me off my square. You see what I'm saying? And the only reason you become this successful is you got to be laser focused.
That's true.
So I gotta put myself in a position where I'm tuned into what I'm doing and checking into my brand, not listening to what everybody else is doing. And the other thing is not consuming everybody else's content.
Right.
You know, I don't have anything against anybody who do what I do. I have no issue whatsoever. I'm not sitting on your live stream. I'm not, buying your products. Not that I don't want to support. It's just that I got my own thing going on. And I owe it to myself to be laser focused on what's in front of me.
Yeah.
Not what's on the side of me.
Yeah. Wow. That's great.
That's
okay,
fire.
well now we can officially end it. Thank you guys for tuning in to another Rated TK podcast. We had none other than Darius Cooks himself.
I was here.
He was in the building, dropped a bunch of knowledge, dropped a bunch of gems. We will see you guys in the next episode. Peace.
Dope.